It's the Morley 10k. I'm sat in the van. I don't want to get out. It's hurricane season out there. But it is actually quite nice. So hopefully, once we set off, excuse me, it won't be too bad. But I am going to go in long sleeves and gloves because I'm a wimp. Right, okay, so let's get out there and see how we get on. Right, so we've decided to get out of the van and brave the elements. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's awful. Before we get to start, race predictions. Carl, what do you think you're going to get?
I think, in all honesty, I reckon about 55.
Yeah.
Sure. I obviously don't know, of course, but I know there's that climate at the end, and if wind's going to be pushing me down, I'm going to struggle.
Yeah, if it's not like yesterday's park run, I mean, well, it is like yesterday's park run, minus the rain. At least we've got sun out this time, but still very, very windy. So I'm thinking I'll probably get around about 55, but I wouldn't even be upset with an hour today, to be fair, because the main one is week after, Scarborough. Anyway, off to the start. I thought we were at start up there, but apparently we've still got some more walking to do. This is about as much warming up as I can do today. I'm pretty much warming up by shivering and growling at people. Here we are, just sauntering away down to the start line. We thought we were at it. We're quite a way away from it. Now we're having to get a bit of a jog on to get there in time. So I have got my warm up in.
All right.
Welcome to the start of the Morley 10k 2025 on a very sunny but blustery Sunday morning. As you've just seen, I opted for the long sleeve top and gloves, which turned out to be a big mistake as we soon warmed up and I ended up looking like I'd been breastfeeding a vampire. Anyway, I knew this course ended on a hill, but I didn't know it started on one also, and had a few others thrown in for good measure all the way around. To put this into perspective, the Todmorden Hot Toddy 10k, one of the hardest road 10k's I've done, with this elevation profile has slightly less elevation than today's race. So a couple of things at stake here. I'd love to get my trophy back off Carl with a win, but that may have to wait a couple of weeks for Scarborough. Given my initial struggles being in ketosis, I really wanted to get this one done with 0 walks. Of course, that was before I knew how hilly it was. I've made peace with being over 50 minutes, but I didn't really deep down want to go over 55, so we'll get moving on to mile 1 and see how that goes. And as you just heard there, that was the legend Liz cheering us all on at the left hand side of the screen. Absolute star. Moving on, as you can see from the elevation profile at the bottom of the screen, we've finally started a descent, which comes as quite a relief after the initial climb, and it was good to see that I've also completed the first mile in 8 minutes and 39 seconds. At this stage, I was half expecting a flat out and back. It's almost comical now looking back on it. So in conclusion, not a bad mile 1 considering. Let's see if the same can be said for mile 2. Mile 2 completed in 8 minutes and 43 seconds. This was just another relentless climb, not overly steep, but just constant, and the whole time I was running it, I was half expecting the brother to come sailing past given his ability to completely annihilate me on the climbs. However, that wasn't the case, and so I plod on. Worth mentioning that the forecast for the 40mph gusts ended at 9 AM, however, they just hung on long enough to be a headwind for every climb. Weather. Yes, that's Carl up ahead after catching me on the out and back. He managed to overtake me on a cheeky little kicker on the course. However, the bit we're on now is downhill, and that's where my superpower kicks in. That's right, gravity. I've managed to prevent him from taking a big lead, and I've slowly been catching him back up. But is it enough? While I completed mile 3 in 8 minutes and 10 seconds, I'm trying to save some in the tank for the last hill, onto mile 4. Mile 4 completed in 8 minutes and 2 seconds, so yes, the downhill helped a lot, and yes, this is Carl I'm currently sailing past. But did I give it enough? That should really have been 7:20, but anticipation of the final climb has got me holding back. Still, quite a bit more downhill on this out and back section, so let's see if I can get ahead of Carl enough that he can't make it back on the climbs, and I can take the trophy home finally. Well, that were a short-lived victory as he sails off in the distance, and I complete mile 5 with a respectable 8 minutes and 30 seconds. The headwind is back and I really wanted to take a break at this point, but I was determined not to start walking. Anyways, it's all pretty much uphill from this point on. Another trophy's gone to take another 2 weeks holiday at Carl's now, so I'm just focusing on getting this finished. Mile 6, hurry up. Mile 6 completed in 9 minutes and 16 seconds, so the take home from this is more hill works needed. I opted to film this today on the Ace Pro 2. Unfortunately, while it's the heaviest and largest of my cameras, it's also got the worst battery life, and it died just before I got to the finish line. I was just going to use the small nano, but thought I might be pushing it for battery life on that. Anyway, you live and learn. Here's the last bit of the race. Oh, and just like that, the camera decided it had had enough. But my official time was 54 minutes and 16 seconds. So I may not have won the trophy back this time, but I did run the whole course, which was a massive win after my last race on this diet. And we met some lovely people in Morley, such as Kaylee here, who was volunteering, and... Oh God, that was so hard. I'm so excited because I've actually just bumped into someone that I've been watching on YouTube for quite some time. Stewart! Hello! It's Stewart!
How's it going?
What's the name of your channel? You should make it longer, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Travel with.
it's running and travel with Stewart.
I'll put a link to it here. So excited. You should check out Stewart's channel because he goes and does park runs, and I usually try and sort of like, well, I'm trying to beat you by end of year. Last year, weren't we? We were going to race.
Yeah, we were
and it
actually
went
going to
sour for us both. So hopefully this year, if we go fast enough, a little bit of a round at Cross Flats. So get onto his channel as well, get subscribed, and we'll do a race at end of year.
All right, go for that.
Sound good? Threw you in it there, didn't I? Dead excited. I love meeting people off YouTube. Hey. Excellent, well done. Amazing, well done, well done. Great job, well done, well done. Right, so we're back at the van. That was really tough. The headwind, the gusts were on every uphill. So I knew that, I mean, I didn't actually think that for 1 minute I was going to get the trophy back off Carl anyway. So I got the time I thought we were going to get, which was just under 55 minutes. So happy about that, because I did think that we might be touching an hour, given the wind and my recent performances, but also I didn't walk any of it, so it was by far the hilliest 10k I've done in a while. What elevation did it say it was?
I don't know.
It were a lot of elevation. I'll put it up on the screen for a 10k anyway, in my opinion. And it just, it dragged on. Those hills just dragged on. But I really enjoyed it. We'll be back next year to beat it, but for this on this occasion, Carl gets to keep the trophy.
Yeah, I want to address that. You said your trophy, my trophy, my trophy.
I only said mine because it spends most of its time with me.
Because I don't race when he wins it, and then when I do win it, he don't usually give it back.
All right, we're not falling out, Carl. Isn't it him? I'm driving you home, remember? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. What have we got next? It's Scarborough in 2 weeks time, hopefully.
Elevation.
Oh, go on.
607.
Right.
Got it on camera. What's that?
I think my watch said a bit more than that, because it does it with stride pad. Let's have a look while we're getting scientific. Elevation 612. No, it's not. That's, I'm only joking. I haven't really got to it yet. 623. 623 feet of elevation. I climbed more than Carl. That's why I came after him. Oh God, right, waffling. Hope you enjoyed this run. I enjoyed this run. See you in the next one. Bye.